I follow a channel called Climate Realism with Paul Burgess, and I can't remember how I got on to watching this guy, but he's spot on, and you know, I watch him now and again just to keep my head in the game. I don't understand. I can map human emotions, but I can't. I struggle with the climate stuff, but I understand what he's going on about for definite. I mean, it's very quite basic, really. The numbers, I struggle with numbers. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about this guy's channel, his name's Paul Burgess, is because I saw him on this channel we have called GB News, and I don't really watch it, but he posted it on his channel. And anyway, there was some Berk on there from you know, the English Weather Society place. They do all the weather and meteorological stuff and all that cack, which is quite useful sometimes. But he was talking about climate change. Anyway, so it's supposed to be some kind of argument situation, and Paul Burgess was just sitting there calmly because it's obvious that he knows that what this guy's talking is absolute shit. So there's no argument. There's no arguing with a guy like that. You can just kind of say your point and then analyse it later, which he's done on his channel. He's analysed the whole thing, which is what scientists do. This other guy's not a scientist; he's a complete Berk, and I'm going to tell you why he's a Berk, because his argument was to do with well, his argument was weak anyway, to do with climate change, and that wasn't his main thing. He was spouting stuff about David Attenborough, who is some kind of TV celebrity that does nature stuff that they've pushed out there to be the front of climate change, and the other thing he was spouting was some film on Netflix, which is some kind of shit TV thing, and as his argument, haven't you watched this thing on Netflix? I mean, he's talking to a scientist that wouldn't get his information from a documentary that someone else has programmed whatever they want into it. This guy's an absolute prick. You know, what an idiot. You know, I don't like calling people thick, but I don't know what's going on. Is we entered another dimension? Have we entered another dimension where everything kind of swapped around? It seems to be that way. You know, these like frontline soldier type spouting shit just seem to be everywhere at the moment. But luckily we have people like Paul Burgess who are just sitting there calmly going, yeah, this is these people are nuts. Let's just carry on looking at the evidence and go through it. And you know, he's educating a lot of people, and it's quite straightforward. He's a quite good teacher. I wish he was my teacher at school. So yeah, I don't know what to say, apart from the world's going nuts. But we're not all nuts, obviously. You can think I'm nuts if you like. I don't care. I've said that in previous videos. If you want to think I'm nuts, go for it. And you can think Paul Burgess is nuts too, but he isn't. Thank you. Cheerio.